How you doing, folks? Mike with GoManDo here. I bought some reading glasses. I just had that. I don't know if I told you guys about it. I had that cataract surgery. Oh, not really cataract surgery. I forget what surgery it was. Where they replaced the lens in your eye that's getting cloudy. That's called something. It may be cataracts. I'm not sure. They pull it out and they replace it with a little plastic deal. And I had that done, and now I need to get glasses. And my reading glasses, I bought so many reading glasses. I used to be, 1.25, and then I was 1.5, and then I was trying all these different ones, but it seems like the ones that I want are the 1.75s. Like these guys right here. I just got these guys the other day at Meyer. But these work great for reading and for this kind of stuff with the computer and reading my notes and all that. So, I have seriously, I'm such a maniac. Look at this. These are all reading glasses that I have of different strengths that I'm not going to use anymore. So I don't know what to do with those things. I'll donate them or something. Here's what I need right here, 175. So I got a pair of 175s that I can take for work. They hang around my neck. I got them right here. I got these guys for my desk here at home. And then I got a pair for bedside for reading. So 175, baby. That's me. Okay, so as you know, well, maybe you don't, but I'm going to tell you. So what we did, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, we moved the microphone from over here to over here. Nelson wanted to do that because we had some issues with it over here because I'm always facing like this way instead of that way, and I wasn't really talking into it. So now I'm facing this way, and the microphone's right here, so it sounds better. So tonight is the college football national championship. You got Indiana, and you got who are they playing? Oregon, Miami. They played Oregon. They beat Oregon, right? Miami's rated. They were the 10th rated team. Indiana was a top rated team, number one. Indiana's 15-0. Miami's 13-2. This game, even though Indiana is the home team because they're the number one rated team, they're actually playing in Miami's stadium. So that should be fun. So that's tonight. That should be awesome. This past weekend was all the divisional playoff stuff in the NFL. That was fun. Couple of blowouts, couple of real close games, a pretty nasty bad call that cost my guys their game on that pass interference call. But hey, what are you gonna do? I'm talking about the Bills Broncos game where that call at the very end, where the guy came down. Oh, the interception call. The guy caught the pass, hit the ground, rolled, and then the other guy had taken the ball and got up, and they called it a interception. It looked like the guy had caught it and was down on the ground, and they didn't do a red flag replay, and he didn't challenge. There was no challenge or anything. I don't know if there's no challenges in the last 2 minutes. I don't know how it works with the college ball. Maybe there's some kind of rule I wasn't aware of, but it seemed to me like that was kind of important enough at the time that they would look at it and make sure, So anyway, that's fun. The games, the Broncos won. I'm not a big Bronco guy, even though I used to live in Denver when I was a young man. The Seahawks crushed the 49ers. The Seahawks, you got to look out for them. They might just walk through this whole thing. Patriots beat the Texans, and the Bears lost to the Rams. And so it should be good. We got the conference championship stuff next weekend. Looking forward to that, and we'll continue on to the end. So I was buzzing through some stuff, looking some stuff up, and I was thinking about this pricing. What the heck did I do? I went somewhere and I was buying some stuff, and I've been noticing this more and more lately. I know it's a big deal right now. People are talking about inflated prices, and they're talking about all these tariffs, and a lot of people are blaming all of our high prices on everything that you can see out there, from a meal to something at the grocery store to something you buy at a store to clothing to this, that, and the other. Anything. Prices are sky high, and I know inflation went high during the last administration, and we're trying to bring it down. But and now these tariffs, and so people, we're putting tariffs on other countries, and they're putting tariffs on us, and so people are blaming these tariffs. I think what a lot of this stuff is artificial inflation. These people are, like you. If you ever you look at these car companies, for example, and we'll use a cars company as an example. You see they're earning things year in, year out, and in 1 year they'll earn, $14 billion or whatever, a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, just absurd. And then the next year, they'll, and if they're earning that kind of money, it seems to me that, and then prices on cars, they just keep going, 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 go up, 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 up. And it seems to me if they're earning that actual kind of ridiculous, absurd money, that maybe the pricing is artificially inflated. It's not due to the tariffs or to, a lot of other things. I think about that all the time. This pricing and the inflation and what you pay for stuff at the store. You can't get anything at a grocery store for less than $6 or $7. Everything is, the stuff that was a couple of bucks before is $6 and $7 now. So it's, I just wonder where this inflation's coming from. And is there price gouging? Like, I feel like that we're being gouged to death with prices, then they're just doing it because they can blame it on something else. Oh, wait, we're going to blame it on the tariffs. And they're making money hand over fist at the consumer's expense. So I don't like that stuff at all. I don't know how we got rid of it, or how we can get rid of it. I'm not sure, but. And then that brings me to another thing I wanted to talk about, was the divide in this country, and it's always been there. Been there as long as I've been alive, but it's so bad now. It's getting worse all the time, and it's to the point where I won't even watch the news. The guys that are leaning to the right, the guys that are leaning to the left. I don't even watch that stuff because it's so ridiculous. The divide between the Republicans and the Dems is getting so huge. I don't know if there's going to be any bringing it back together. Like, and it reminds me of the guy in Detroit who was the mayor in Detroit. He's the mayor right. Well, they just finished, and because he couldn't run again because he did his entire term, and he did a great job. And he's running now. He did a fantastic job because the last guy that was in there was a crook and was stealing money, and his whole family was a bunch of grifters, and he ended up going to jail and this, that, and the other thing. And then this other guy came in, did a fantastic job, and Detroit is on the right path. But this guy is running for governor of Michigan, and he's running as an independent. And I think you're going to see a lot of this, people wanting to get away from being a Republican or a Democrat to something a little more neutral. So this dude's running as an independent, and I'll tell you what, he's got my vote. I'll vote for this fella, Mike Duggan, Duggan, I forget. Mike Duggan. I will vote for this dude as an independent, and I think you're going to see a lot of people getting rid of the branding. Oh, I'm a Republican or I'm a Dem. No, I'm an independent, and that makes sense to me because what you want. There's some good ideas on both sides. There's good ideas here. There's good ideas over here. There's bad ideas on both sides. And what you want to try to do is treat everything with common sense. So if you're an independent, you can support or not certain policies as an independent, where if you were a hardcore whatever, left or right, you may not be able to do that because of pressure from your own party. So I don't know. I just hope things get back to where they need to be. This government of ours, it's something else, and it's at every level. And the corruption. Think of the corruption that they found, all the money being spent, and imagine to think what's going on with Minnesota right now, where that money's being given to the people and it's being pocketed by crooks, allegedly. So we're going to find out about all. But you see the corruption, especially nowadays. Nowadays, you didn't know all this shit 20, 30 years ago, because there was no cell phones filming everything. They're, picking everything up and recording everything. Now that there is, you see corruption at every level. You see it at the city level, state level, national level. It's everywhere, and that's just probably the tip of the iceberg. I can't imagine how much actual, real corruption is going on. Because you get people, man, power. What's the old saying about power? What's the old saying, Nelson? Power corrupts, and absolute something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't think of this. I can't think of the saying, but yeah. So you guys know what I'm talking about, and my gosh, it's true. And then you're finding out more and more of it now that we find out the stuff that we're seeing that's being recorded and given out to the public. So, oh my gosh, this little guy's mouth. Look at his mouth opens up, and he's got a little tongue in there. Can you see his tongue? A little, dude. That's awesome. I'm gonna leave his mouth open like that. He's like roaring right now, or his atomic breath will come out. I'm looking forward to springtime. Let's get rid of the snow every other day, 2 to 3 inches. Driving me crazy. The front yard is looking like it looked like when I was a kid. Remember when you were a kid and you had those giant piles of snow next to your driveway and you make forts in them and stuff? And then have you noticed recently, in the last several years, you didn't see that stuff? I'm seeing it again now. This year, there's a giant pile of snow out there. And a lot of it's because it's not snowing like it used to. I think, I'm not sure, but I think another part of it is because more people are using snow blowers now, and they didn't have them back then. And when you use snow blowers, you don't get those piles right next to when you're shoveling and tossing the snow on there all the time. So, all right, folks, listen. I'm going to wrap it up. You have a good day. We're going to see you next time around. Later, Gator.